Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning into the Stuff I Heard podcast. I'm your host, Josh Peak, and we're trying to use Zoom. We've never used it before. We're learning as we go, and I just happen to have Josh Treadaway on here. Say hi, Josh.
How's it going?
So I'm not sure how this is going to look. This is a test, basically. We tested one earlier, and we were able to look at it and listen to it, and I was really fascinated. I don't exactly know what we're doing, but we're figuring it out as we go. And thanks for doing this with me. I mean, part of the joy of, trying something new is going, let's give it a shot, see what happens.
Yeah, trial and error, man. Trial and error.
Looking online here, it looks like this is only going to record for up to 40 minutes, and then it's going to make us stop, which is probably a good thing because I've talked a lot today. I did a little over 2 hours with Ron White earlier. Not Tater Salad Ron White, the other one. But he even talks about the fact that when he was trying to legalize tattooing in South Carolina, he had been on Oprah Winfrey and all this stuff. And I guess the internet was really kicking off then, and people were contacting him going, hey, what's going on with this tattooing thing? And this is Tater Salad. I just wanted to say, good luck. And if you need any support or whatever, you count on me.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, that's pretty cool. I've never, we were talking about the fact that when we were growing up, it's hard to find people that have the same name as you. For the longest time, I was one of the only Joshes that I knew. And then when I started in high school, I ran into more of them. And then I was really one of the only Peaks that I knew until the internet came along. I just thought like immediate family was the only Peaks that I'd ever come into contact with. And then the internet came along and I researched it one time, just curious. And there's like some professional bullfighter that lives out in California named Josh Peak. And then I think there's a lawyer that's named Josh Peak and something else, some other celebrity type thing. Big deal, like first names that come up and I'm like, how about that? I had no idea. I really thought that the whole name line just stopped right here. So I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah,
It'd be different if you had a common name like, I don't know, Greg Steele. Because apparently Greg Steele, there's a musician who was in the band Faster Pussycat. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, anytime that I do something now and post it, and I hashtag Greg Steele, people are like, I love Faster Pussycat. And I'm like, it's not the guy. Different guy, totally different guy.
Yeah, well, I did it once as well. I didn't really come up with many names. It's very, very rare that you actually find Treadaway. You get a lot of Treadway, but not very many Treadaways. So
yeah. Nowadays, there's a lot more tread at homes.
Quarantine joke. One of those for sure.
That was a quarantine joke. You get it?
Trust me, I got the quarantine joke. I've been in here for 36 days straight now.
I'm not proud of it. I'm just saying. Have you been? How have you been keeping busy? I mean, are you just going stir crazy, or are you like, no, this is all right?
No, pretty much going stir crazy. I'm trying to clean the house a little bit, trying to do some yard work, trying to do a few things here, but I haven't done nearly as much as I want to do, and not nearly as much as what Chrissy wants me to do. But
on the yard work portion of it, are you? I just imagine Chrissy going, "We should have a garden. Why don't you go out there and like make some tomatoes?"
Well, we have these planters that they left, these 3x8 planters that they left here when they moved out, the people that owned the house first. So she's planted some peppers and then we put some herbs and stuff in the ground. But I've got a friend of mine trying to build me like a table stand to put them on so the dogs won't eat everything, because the dogs will eat everything. I mean, I had a friend of mine tell me put cayenne around it and they won't. Not my dogs. Cayenne's not going to scare them.
Like, this one's a little spicy.
So we worked on that a little bit, and then I went and I got a new water hose because the other one got busted because it got dry. It's like almost like sun rot, like dry rot. And so I bought one of those little like mini little like pressure valves on the top of it to kind of make it almost like a pressure washer.
Yeah.
And washed the house a little bit and stuff like that. We cleaned out the garage finally after being here for almost a year now.
Is it set up so you can park in there now?
Yeah, because Bailey's planning on coming home for the summer to work, and so we're not allowed to leave cars on the street. So we have to be able to get at least one car in the garage, if not two. Best because if her boyfriend's here, we got to have another place. So Chrissy wanted to get it where we could at least try to get both cars in the garage.
Oh.
So we moved everything around, and we've got it now pretty much to the point where we can get at least 2 cars. It's not my Jeep, but her and her daughter's car, we could probably get in there.
Well, listen, I know that originally we had talked about going to see Bert Kreischer in Charlotte in May, and obviously that's delayed. They've delayed it until August the 30th.
Is it August 30th?
It'll be a Sunday, but I mean, if you're down,
well, I'm definitely down. My only thing is with this, I just started, like, I actually, it's kind of a weird way it happened. My transition, I was quitting one job and going to another job. And in between those two is when all this kicked in. So I haven't even started my new job yet. So I don't know how much time I'm going to be able to get off. I don't know what time's going to happen. So I mean, I can't really commit to anything yet.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, hopefully if I'm at the work by then, I can get the Marriott discount.
Yeah. Well, and, you know, it's from here, it's about 2 hours there. So, you know, worst case scenario, we have to go, not drink, enjoy the show, and then drive back.
Well, yeah, and I would absolutely do that to see him. I mean, I really would. I just don't know. Like, with the position that I'm taking, I can't really ask for time off because I'm not just like an employee anymore. I'm actually a team leader.
Yeah.
So, I mean, basically, my boss writes my schedule, and I pretty much have to go.
Yeah, I totally get that.
I mean, I was supposed to go to a concert to see Rage in Pittsburgh on July 30th, and I don't think that's going to happen now either.
Yeah, I'm real curious to see where everybody's going to move their stuff because eventually everybody's plans are going to start stacking up on top of each other.
Well, I heard, I think I sent you a link or something, or I talked about it. Bert was on somebody's podcast, and he was talking about the fact that he thinks that when this is all done, to help everybody out, they should just do a big, giant, like, comics, like, you know, relief kind of thing, and everybody show up together and do like a 3 or 4 day event.
Well, and they did something recently on several channels on YouTube where they had like an 8.5 hour fundraiser thing where several comedians were basically doing this, and they would hand off from host to host, different comedians talking to each other and trying to raise money. And I think they said that they'd raised over $300,000 for basically they were raising money for up and starting comedians who are struggling right now, who just aren't working. You know, they're barely making money as it is. And obviously the comedians that are participating in this are well off enough financially they can afford to just volunteer time and stuff like that. So everybody's volunteering their time to try and raise money for these guys. And there was a real funny scene in there where Bert, at one point, he's hanging out with Whitney Cummings at her house, and he's introducing Adam Sandler to come to a segment, and he geeks out. He's like, "Oh my God, it's Adam Sandler! You're totally inspiration for why I started comedy." And he geeks out and he starts missaying all of Adam Sandler's movies.
Now, was this intentionally, or is it such fanboy?
No, because he's fanboying out. He forgets the names of the movies. So, like, right off the bat, he's like, "Just the other night, I told my girls we need to watch, Happy Madison," and he goes, "Oh yeah, okay," and he goes, "I'm going to check out Precious Gems," which I think his movie's called Uncut Gems.
Yes, Uncut Gems. I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it.
He says like several things in a row that are totally stupid to say. Even at one point, he asked him, he goes, "You got Netflix, right?" It's like, yeah, he's got like a multi-$100 million a year, deal with him to make projects. He's got Netflix. I think they throw that in, but he geeks out totally, makes an ass of himself, and of course, right away he's thinking, "Oh, that went well." And then as soon as he's done talking to them, like a bunch of comedians start texting him, and Big J. Ogerson's the first guy that gets in contact with him. He goes, "Dude, did you hear what you just said?" He goes, "What did I just say?" And he starts telling him what he said. And he goes, "That was legendary. You totally screwed that up."
Well, that was funny. Like, I sent you that message about the one that was on Comedy Central where they did like kind of a back behind the scenes thing.
Yeah.
And they did one at Bert at the house. And he was talking to, them at his little man cave or whatever. And then he wanted to kind of show about how it is with, the family and all this. And he actually went in there and started talking to the girls and his wife. And he was like, "Yeah, this is a bad idea." He was asking me, did it really bother them about, the jokes that he for like, yeah, some of them kind of do.
I mean, for for all of their lives, he's had a camera in his hands going, "Hey, everybody," and they're like, "What, Dad? What?" I mean, I get it. I mean, listen, as a guy who was doing YouTube for a long time in the house, chasing my family around with a camera, they were always like, "What now?" So I mean, I get it. I totally get it, and it can cannibalize your life, if you're not careful. So there is that balance of trying to figure out. You think something's funny, and especially if you're trapped inside like he is, he can't run jokes by anybody other than his family. And he's like, "They'll think this is funny," and they're like, "No, we're so tired of that."
I'm sure I'm sure him and his crew are probably doing some kind of Zoom stuff like this now. As a matter of fact, to get away from just the family.
Well, and they're Zooming every day because they have the ability to reach out to each other, and they're doing podcasts online. Like if you look right now on YouTube, almost everybody's doing podcasts with each other every day because they're like, "I got nothing else going on. Why not?"
Makes sense.
The other night when I got in contact with you, I was having a few beers, and I'd reached out to Greg, and Greg was like, "Yeah, I'm not drinking right now," and I started laughing hysterically. I couldn't stop myself from laughing. He's like, "Why is that so funny?" I said, "Are you just trying to prove to everybody you're non-alcoholic?" And he goes, "Shut up."
Well, I'll be honest. My drinking has gone up a little bit since this thing started, but currently I am not drinking because of the little bit of issue I have with my foot.
Yeah.
So I figured, okay, I'll be smart and not drink while I have that little bit going on. But once it's gone, I'm sure I'll have a couple more beers again.
See, if you'd have kept drinking, it'd be diabetes, and you just lose the leg, and then the gout wouldn't bother you anymore.
There you go. See, silver lining
for modern solutions. Plus, you get one of those cool little stickers. You can park in a special place. It'd be great.
Oh, wow. So the backdrop, is that something new?
Yes, this is actually just a piece of cloth. I ordered this back in February, and then it got stuck in quarantine for like over a month, and then they finally sent it to me. This is a Fibonacci sequence. So like in nature, there's a mathematical number that goes along with things that are found in nature automatically, like the pattern in which a sunflower has its seeds, or the pattern in which a shell grows, or in a beehive, the way they build their hive. If there's a mathematical number that coalesces with it, and that's kind of what this represents.
Okay.
It's also found throughout nature and in outer space in various ways. But I saw this, and right away it was way more entertaining than looking at a wall that I've patched up and painted over.
Yeah, much better than the white kind of garbage I've got behind me going on.
Yeah, whatever. It sort of looks like you're in a holding cell. With a large
well, for the last 34 days, it has been a holding cell.
Yeah, it's a holding cell with a large screen TV behind you.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous of the folks that out there have the PlayStation 4s and they're out there playing Final Fantasy 7 because I'm like, it doesn't look so bad, man. You guys get to relive your childhood a little bit and enjoy a really cool game.
Well, I just found out from a friend of mine who finished the first one. They're breaking it down into 3 sections.
Yeah, I heard there's like downloads that you have to get to. There's sections that you play and then you download more and then you play and then you download more.
Right.
And play.
Well, see, the thing was, like,
eventually.
See, I bought my first PlayStation ever because of that game.
Oh yeah, I did too.
And so I started the concept, the fact that I just got this check. Maybe I'll go buy a PlayStation. I'm not buying a PlayStation just to play this one game. I'll wait a year. It's coming out for Xbox in a year. I'll play it then.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my brother had gotten one of those Nintendo Switches for his kids like a year ago, and he brought it to something we were doing together, and he's like, "Hey, you want to play?" I was like, "Sure." And it was really neat, being able to play like the Mario Kart thing, where you got this little tiny controller, it's like this big, and you're just like, "Hey, this is neat." And he's racing and he connects to your TV, and it's just a tiny little thing that connects to the TV. And I was like, "Oh, this is so awesome!" And the gameplay was smooth and it was fun. And I was like, I could get into this a little bit. And one of the things that was a selling point was that there's not as many buttons as there are on the modern controllers. So for me personally, like when they moved from the original PlayStation and the original Xbox, and then they were like, "Oh, we're going to amp it up and add 5 more buttons or 8 more buttons and another trigger." And you're like, okay, I lack the coordination to now compete with anyone.
Yes, I completely agree with that. I was actually playing NBA Live 2018 a couple days ago, and I was playing my game. And I was having a good time, but I'm like, I just don't feel like I'm getting the full gameplay. So I went to like the practice screen and checked out all the different moves and stuff that are available. There's no way I could be doing that anymore. I don't have the dexterity in my fingers anymore to
Right.
be able to do that.
Well, it's like a complex dance move with your fingers because you're supposed to pull this trigger and spin this dial and hit this button in this sequence, and then let go of this one and hit this other button at the same time to make him do something.
Exactly. I'm like,
What?
no, I'll just play the way I play. I'm just gonna drive to the middle and dunk the ball.
Well, my first thought is, where is that dexterity going to help you in life other than this form of entertainment? I mean, that's the thing nobody really thinks about is that all it is a distraction. It's something to entertain you while you're not at work or whatever real life needs.
It was. Now they're actually. I mean, there's kids out there going to like. I heard a friend of mine. Her son's going to University of South Carolina, but he's actually thinking about transferring to Ohio State. They actually offer a degree in e-gaming. I think that's a little weird, but it's the way it's going. Things are going that way. I mean,
I don't know what opinion I'm supposed to have of that.
I don't either. I mean, like the kid in me is like loving it.
Yeah.
But the adult in me is like, there's really no. I mean, unless you're planning on being really good and you got to be like the top 5% in the world, you're not going to make any money off that degree.
Well, listen, I watched my three sons over time learn to play video games and learn to get competitively good at different types of games. And Draven was really good at like first-person shooter games and racer games and stuff like that. Jared got really good at World of Warcraft. Jacob was really good at like the Black Sails, Assassin's Creed type games. And it's fascinating to watch them play those because I'm like, okay, I know I can't play at that level, especially Draven with those shooter games because he could run around with a sniper rifle and be in full run and just spin around and it'd go, subject dead. And you're like, where did that person come from? He's like, they're over there. I was like, I didn't even see them, and you pulled the trigger and shot them in the head as you were spinning through the air. What? How is that a thing? And I thought, okay, this kid, all he needs is like a camera and something set up where you can show this stuff online. Well, that Twitch stuff has come out.
Yep.
And so he has a Twitch channel. I like to talk about it. It's Ava Kitty, AVAKITII. And I've gone on it and I've watched him and like. I don't know what's up with there's no audio on while he's playing Final Fantasy. There's none. And I'm like, part of the entertainment value of watching this stuff is to hear someone's reaction as they're figuring stuff out. And I'm like, why wouldn't you have your audio turned on? But, some people are just socially awkward. They don't feel comfortable having the camera on them. I can't play that well, but I guarantee you that if you showed me how to download the game and point the stupid thing at my face and let me talk while I'm playing it, I'm entertaining enough to get way more subscribers like that. Just because I have the ability to talk. I mean,
right.
Some people have that ability, some people don't. And whenever I turn that Twitch on, right away, it automatically starts playing with people talking in the background. They're going, I wonder what's over here. I mean, just giving you narration of what they're doing. I wonder what's over here. Oh, look. Oh, crap, They're just playing the game and like giving you some narration along the way. That's all you really want.
That's it.
So, I don't know. Jared's got he's got a thing right now on Twitch also. JHewlin6, JHewlin6. He's playing World of Warcraft on a regular basis with a bunch of guys, and he's automatically like, I guess once you get above 50 people as subscribers, you're what they call affiliated or something like that. I don't know the technology. I don't know the word terminology. Anyway,
I'm not sure either.
He's got people like donating money now because they like watching him play, and all it is
wow.
He's talking while he's playing.
Well, I mean, see, it's saying. I mean, they've got these people, and maybe that's the reason why Ohio State's got a e-gaming degree now.
Now, imagine if that was us back in the day when we were playing football with each other. The trash talking alone would be worth rent.
That's what I was going to say. We would have made some cash off that because people would have loved to watch that.
It was violent and funny and yeah.
I mean, matter of fact, Greg just sent me a message the other day. I guess he pulled out the old Super Nintendo, and he had the Super Tecmo Bowl out, and he said, "Quarantine's about to get fun." and And I said, "Oh, it's IBCU later." And he's like, "Yeah, he's still there." And then I think Why Even Try was Josh West's guy,
Yeah.
and he was even there still as well.
And they have things now where you can play that stuff digitally online, where you don't even have to have a console. I'm like,
Yeah, or you can buy they've got the little mini consoles now that you can buy.
Yeah.
I think it's like $60.
The whole thing is the size of your phone, and it's got 10,000 games on it.
400 games on it. Yeah. You just plug it into your TV, and it's every single game that Nintendo ever put out, pretty much.
Hey, I just thought of something. I don't know how long we've been doing this.
Neither do I. I want to say it's close to about 30 minutes.
If this thing goes 40 minutes, at what point will we get to a point where it goes, "You're done"? I don't know how this works.
I don't either. Maybe it just automatically shuts off.
Hey, listen, Greg and I, in the beginning of my stupid podcast, I think we recorded about 6 episodes where it just, like, we kept recording stuff and it just kept getting lost. And it was like, where did it go? And we would lose hours of stuff like this. And some of it was really good, and we tried to recreate it, and it just didn't turn out the same. It was like, oh, man.
Well, that's like when you guys came down to the beach that time and got that room, and you were talking about that y'all had like 2 or 3 hours of good, and then the phone rang or something, and you lost it all.
Yes. Yep. We started hanging out. We started talking. We got really in depth in a lot of things, and then all of a sudden the phone rang, and all of the content was gone, and I was like, no. Oh well.
Well. Again, learn by happening to you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was telling you about that Zencaster thing, and I was really happy with it, except for the fact that it doesn't have the video. And I like the video. I mean, it's kind of neat to see your ugly mug.
Yeah, I know. Getting old.
Well, I mean, the video from here looks like you're wearing the red the Star Trek shirt, which means you're going to die soon.
It's Adidas, though. I'm not Star Trek.
Here, it looks like it's the Star Trek emblem.
Yeah, I know, but it's got black stripes. See, the never had the black stripes on the guy who died. It was all red.
Yeah, but they would have got around to it. It just means he's higher ranking. He still dies because he's wearing a red shirt.
So, what's up with the hair? You out in the sun a lot?
I am out in the sun a lot, as a matter of fact. I try to wear a hat whenever I'm out in the sun, and so whenever I'm wearing the hat, it always smooshes it down. And then I only worked Monday and Tuesday this week, and so next week I'm working like Monday, Thursday, and I had to get a haircut. Like when all this stuff broke out, my hair was automatically too long. The stuff over my ears was getting to where it was coming down, and I was having to move it over my stupid ears just so I could feel comfortable talking. And I was like, God, this is annoying as hell. And I know guys who don't have any hair are like, man, I wish I had some hair. But it's a pain in the ass. I'm just saying. So we had a little hookup with a friend of my wife's who came over here and cut my hair, and I was really thankful for that. So otherwise, I'd have been going out and getting some clippers and just been here going, I'd have probably done the full mullet, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Shaved the sides and then had the back long, like, because I'd have
almost like a mohawk kind of.
Yeah, almost. Yeah. Tiger King, you know.
I don't know. I have not watched it. I will not watch it.
I haven't either. I'm standing firm by the fact that it reminds me too much of people I grew up with, and I don't care to relive that.
It's basically kind of what I'm saying. Like I left that kind of mentality behind me a long time ago, and tried to move away from that. And people here in Myrtle Beach are going crazy for it. Everybody's watching it because I guess somebody here in Myrtle Beach, because we have the Tiger Preserve. I guess he's featured in it a couple episodes or something like that.
Yeah, and apparently the same guy, because I was having this conversation with somebody, the same guy at one time owned some elephants, and he used to take the elephants out in the inlet to wash them.
Yeah, they take them in the intercoastal.
Intercoastal, yeah.
The one elephant's name is Bubbles. It's always out there getting washed.
Yeah, so a lot of people said they've seen him riding the elephants in the intercoastal.
Yep. Yeah, I don't.
You know, after watching Narcos and realizing how prevalent cocaine was, I saw the previews for this and I went, "Oh, surely cocaine had a lot to do with this show."
Well, it was, but it was actually meth.
Well, okay.
It's the redneck cocaine.
It was 7-Eleven cocaine.
Yeah, it's the redneck meth. I mean, redneck cocaine.
I got some Sudafed and a little bit of Coke. What happens if I mix it?
But yeah. So that's been my thing. I'm like trying to figure out what to do and what to watch. I don't want to get too involved in something, and then because there's so many different things.
Have you watched any comedy specials lately?
I watched the new Bill Burr Paper Tiger.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah.
And then didn't Joe Coy just come out with one as well?
Like 3 or 4 months ago, yeah.
Okay, I caught that one. And then, of course, well, it wasn't really new, but I saw the newest Burt Kreischer.
Hey, big,
Hey, Big Boy.
Hey, Big Boy.
Hey, Big Boy.
Yeah, that's the newer one.
It was good. Still think Secret Time it can't be beat.
I think Secret Time was better. Have you seen Tom Segura's new one, Ball Hog?
Yeah, was it Ball Hog?
Yes.
Maybe I've seen Tom Segura. What was the one before that?
Ball Hog. Disgraceful.
I saw one recently, but I can't remember if it was Ball Hog or Disgraceful. I know I've seen one recently.
In Disgraceful, he says he named it that because when he got kind of famous, his dad was kind of digging the fact that he was a celebrity, and he's like, "Oh, this is pretty cool, Tommy." He said he asked his mom, and his mom's from Peru, and he's like, "Mom, what do you think?" And she goes, "Oh, Tommy, the things you say is so disgraceful." He goes, "Perfect title." No, the Ball Hogs, you would know if you saw it. They do the Wu-Tang joke, 9 is a lot.
I guess I missed that one.
Protect your neck.
No, I guess I haven't seen that one yet. I guess I need to check that one out because I know I've seen the Segura one. I just don't remember which one it was.
I think the Ball Hog one is the funniest one I've seen this year. There's also Michelle Wolf came out with one called The Joke Show that's really funny.
You talked about that one. That's the one where she's talking about the baby otters and stuff, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You don't know I saw the preview for it, but I haven't seen it. But I want to see that one.
That one's good. And then Taylor Tomlinson has one called Quarter Life Crisis. That's really good. She's got a lot of jokes in there that I can understand and get the humor of, and it cracks me up. I don't know why I'm not 25, but she is, and she's funny for 25. Holy crap! I did watch Chris D'Elia's new one called No Pain. I didn't care for it. He's just not.
He's kind of an acquired taste.
He's funny. Like whenever, he was on Joe Rogan's podcast and recently, and Brian Callen stopped in, and him and Brian Callen are really good friends. They like to razz each other a lot, and he's funny whenever they're like messing with each other. They're really hilarious together. But I watched his special, and I tell you, I laughed more at the Joe Rogan thing of them hanging out than I did at his special. But comedy is one of those things where if you see it on TV, it's different than if you see it in person.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Going to see Joey in person is hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I heard Joey, and I saw him on the Degenerates. But yeah, when we saw him live, don't get me wrong, it helped. We had a few cocktails in us as well, but he was just absolutely hilarious.
Well, and being in a crowd like that, you feed off of everybody's energy, and so everybody's in on the joke, and everybody gets to like elbow each other and be like, yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of podcasts out there to watch. I've been doing a lot of that on YouTube. If you need some recommendations, I can point you in the direction of some good ones. The Fighter and the Kid is real good.
Yeah, you said that. I don't know. I tried listening to Theo. I just I didn't find him as appealing as you do.
Well,
I don't know why.
Theo, I got to take in small doses because I think Theo's story is more about his sobriety than anything else. I mean, he's funny. He's got some funny ways of saying things, but his sobriety is a big part of what he talks about. The Fighter and the Kid, to me, is great just because Callen and Schaub are real funny when they're playing off of each other. They both like to pick at each other. It reminds me a lot of us when we were growing up, But these are supposed to be grown men. There's one in particular where Joe Coy stops by, and Joe is a very successful comedian. He is selling out, I think this past year he sold out the Forum 8 shows in a row. That's where the Lakers play. He sold it out 8 shows in a row, 12,000 seater, 8 shows in a row. And so on there, Brian's talking about, I got to go. I got this TV show I got to do. He's trying to pretend he's a big shot, And And Joe's like, really? Oh, really? What time you got to get there? Let me just look on my gold watch. You know, do you get one of those? They make that all out of gold. That whole thing is gold. Like, you want to touch it? You can't touch it. You get your hands all over it. You're not used to like expensive things like that. So they're messing with each other the whole time, and it's hilarious. But for some reason, Joe and Bert have become real good buddies, and they like to tease each other on social media. And one of my favorite ones is, Joe like takes a private jet and he's talking to him about, hey, Bert, you like to travel on your bus? How about my bus? It's a jet, He's on a private jet, and on the way off the jet, like everybody's handing him stuff, and it's got like Joe Coy on his pillow and Joe Coy mat on the ground when he gets off the plane. He goes, I didn't even ask for that. They just made it. And he goes, oh, wait, there's my bus. And then he gets off, and there's the bus waiting for him as he gets off the plane. So Bert was like, you mother, so he's like, he rents a plane, and he takes a private jet for something. And he's like, hey, Joe, I got you on the plan of getting the jet. He goes, I think you're missing out on the whole benefit of being on the jet. And he takes off his shirt and he starts doing push-ups on the plane while they're flying. He goes, it's your own personal gym when nobody's around, So Joe came by and did his podcast, and they were talking about having a pool in the backyard. How he's like, man, this is nice. If I had something like this, I'd be in it every day. And he goes, oh, trust me. He goes, for the cost of this, I'm in it every day. I don't care if it's raining, if it's cold, if it's hot, I'm in it every day. So Bert got in this thing of, he would get on Instagram. He'd be like, hey, Joe Coy, I'm getting in the pool, and it's a little cold, and stuff like that. So Joe started getting him back, and he goes, he's like waking up in bed, and he's like, hey, Bert, just wanted to say, it's nice that you can get out and get in your pool. I don't know. And he's walking through this hallway, and you're like, where's he at? And he goes, every now and then I just got to take a dip. Would you hold this for me? And he hands it to somebody, and he jumps off the edge of a yacht into the water.
Jesus.
And he's like in Thailand or something, because you see the coastline, and you're like, oh, my God. It's like, but I was like, yeah, right, why not mess with each other? I mean, play with it. Have fun. Tease each other a little bit. Have some, have a good time with it.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, I listen to Joe Coy, and I love, he always talk about his mom and how she, acts. And I always just think of Rodney's mom.
Yeah. I wonder if Rodney has ever listened to Joe Coy.
I wondered that as well. I know I sent him a message, asked him, but he never answered me back.
I wanted Rodney to do the podcast. I reached out to him, and he was like, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
I think if we put him on something like this, where he's actually like not just talking, but like, we're all talking together, I think he would be in for it. Maybe. I think you said we can get up to 6 people on this with the free version?
No, when I read the thing, it said up to 100.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know 100 people I want to talk to. I'm just saying.
I mean, I literally my circle is really small. I mean, there's you guys, really.
Most everybody I want to talk to, I've already had on the podcast. I mean, there's a few people I've invited, and they've been like, nah. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But,
Yes. So you finally got West on one.
Yeah. And he worked with me a little bit, figuring out the audio, and it actually worked fine. We had to play around. Actually, I think he and I did we did the phone one, and we had to I had to wire the stupid mixer board 4 different times to get it to work with different people. But Zencastr basically works way better audio wise. I'm curious to see how this is going to turn out. If people are listening to this right now in their car and they're like, dude, I'm listening audio. Okay, well, good. Listen, just know that I am learning and I'm trying to get better, and every bit of this is just a step towards the next thing. So
exactly,
it may allow me to do video stuff with folks that live out and about. Like, there's a guy on YouTube. His name's One Lonely Farmer. His real name is Wesley. He's got a very popular YouTube channel, and for whatever reason, he's a fan of mine. I have no idea why, but hey, Wesley, if you're watching, appreciate you following. He reached out to me. He's like, hey, I want a shirt. I want to be on the podcast. I'm like, okay. So I'm trying to learn how to do that. If this works, then that may be the next step, and I may connect with him this way and go from there.
Who knows? Maybe this will lead to you getting to meet Bert.
Oh,
you didn't even think about that one yet, did you?
It's one of those things where they say that, what are you going to do if you meet your heroes? Like back in the day, I had a big thing where we all liked Michael Jordan. But if you met him, what would you say other than, oh, my God, you're so awesome? I mean,
right.
Okay, picture you're him and you hear that all the time. No one wants to talk to you then. So you got
Have
to
you
be the
heard about
person that asks questions or at least, has something to say. And I thought, well, most of the people that I like or envy or whatever, I would just want to say thank you for entertaining me. You know what I mean? But I don't know that I would ask any of them questions. If it was Bert, I'd be like, dude, listen, you saved my life. I was driving down the road, falling asleep, and a buddy of mine turned me on to you telling the machine story on Joe Rogan, and that woke me up. And I've listened to you every podcast since, and that's kept me awake while I'm driving down the road. And I got to tell him that when I met him in person when Alex and I went. I don't know if he heard any of it because there's a lot of people talking, but
Well, sure. I mean, but no, I'm just saying. But
yeah.
this is the kind of thing that you could probably end up maybe getting a chance to catch a minute or two with him, and
Or at least with Leanne, maybe I could reach out to his wife and be like, hey, listen, I wouldn't have started a podcast if you hadn't mentioned Anchor.
there you go. I mean, this thing could change your whole podcasting system, man.
Maybe. It'd be interesting
So
to do one of these with multiple people. Like, if this works, I'm still fingers crossed going, I hope this works.
It's growing pains.
If this works, it'd be cool if we could do this with multiple people, like me, you, and Greg, and West, and Rodney. I wonder if I could open up that many windows or how it would look.
I'm pretty sure it does. I mean, well, I've seen it on like the Daily Distancing Show. Have you watched that?
No.
Okay, with Trevor Noah. I only watch occasionally, but they had like 8 people on screen, and it's all windows, and everybody's all looking and talking to each other at the same time. I mean, it can be done. What?
Like the Brady Bunch, the different windows?
Yeah, kind of like the Brady Bunch windows. Yeah, exactly. You got a bunch of on Facebook. You see a bunch of people like they're doing like music.
Greg got me to download something called Jam Kazoo or something like that. I forget the name of it. I downloaded it and I lost the program. I'm not sure what it's called. I think it's Jam Kazoo, where basically you can, as a band member, you can jam out with other musicians. And he said that's how him and his buddies have been practicing. I have no idea what it does, how to do it, or whatever. I told him
it probably doesn't have a time limit like this one does. Then
I don't know. I told him it'd be interesting if they had some kind of like karaoke thing. He said he just bought some kind of hookup for his computer where he could do karaoke at the house, and I was like, I want to do that.
Well, see now he can, if he's doing it on his computer, you can do it because you can switch and show his screen.
Yeah. Of course, I'm sure my wife would be like, "That's it, I've had enough." I can't take it one more minute. 15 years is one too many. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah, we decided there's 2 things that's going to come out of this quarantine: a lot of divorces and a lot of diets.
Well, I'm going to need a diet when this is over.
That's been my biggest thing is because, both of us work in the service industry. I'm used to eating at work, so we don't cook a lot. So we don't keep a lot of special foods here. So when it all happened, I went out and bought.
That's what you need with your stimulus check. Go get you a pellet grill, son. Get with the times. You'll be on here. You'll be converted. You'll be like one of us. I'm
already converted. I just don't have the money to really go do that. I need to take this money and I need to make sure I got this money to cover all the bills in case I don't go back to work for another. Because the thing is, bars and restaurants will open back up. Hotels are still going to be in some trouble for a little while. I mean, we're probably not going to.
Once your money's clear and you got a little extra cheddar.
I will. And they're down to, I think they're down to like $500 now, right?
Well, you can get cheaper ones. They sell some for, 300 or so.
Yeah, but I don't want to go get a cheap. I mean, I'd rather get a decent one. I'm not going to go out and get the $1,200, Gorilla Grills, master.
What makes you say that they're $1,200? They got one kind that's $1,200. The one I got out there, I think I got for I think it was on special for like $5.99 or something like that. And I was like, sweet. And it came with two 20-pound bags of pellets with it. And I was like, perfect. I'd been looking at it online and they'd been running like $7.99 for a long time. And for whatever reason, I think it was a holiday, Labor Day, they ran a special, $200 off. I was like, I'm in. I told my wife, I said, I'm buying this. And she was like, that's a lot of money. And I was like, yeah, shut up.
Yeah, no, I've watched yours and Greg's pictures on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. That roast that you made the other day looked fantastic.
The roast was in the crock pot.
Oh, was that in a crock pot?
Yeah, that was I slow roasted it for 10 hours. And
No, it
then
was Greg. I'm sorry. You had to tie. You like to have it tied up. That's right. That was.
Greg did the tied up. He did standing prime rib, tied up. I did
I
the
missed.
roast in the crock pot. Mine had peppers. His was tied up like a you know person.
Okay. Well, I guess I misread the feed on the messenger. I thought
I
that you
did.
had the.
I did chicken last night, and chicken's one of those simple dishes that you think, oh, anybody can do chicken. But when you do chicken right, it's one of those things that makes you take a step back and go, damn, I thought I had good chicken before. Holy crap, this is good chicken. It's like if you're able to cook an egg the right way and you cook a really good egg, it's enough to make you step back sometimes and go, I've had eggs before, but that's a good egg. Holy cow, it's a good egg. It's such a simple dish, but it's something that if you do right, it really makes you take a step back and appreciate it. And Dolores last night, she went to eat the chicken and she was like, first bite, she was like, holy crap. And I was like, I know, right? I said, well, Jared and I said the same thing. We bit into it. We were both like, dang, this is good. This is really good. I told her, I said, well, I've been doing this enough time now. You know, they say 10,000 hours, you're a master of something. I probably got 10,000 hours into it now. So I don't know. I
Well, I
got
definitely.
tomorrow night because it's our anniversary.
You doing some kind of special dinner?
Steaks, doing ribeyes.
With ribeyes?
Yeah, I got them marinating in Ziploc bags with some of that soy vey island teriyaki, and it's really fantastic. If you've never tried it, it has like a Hawaiian type flavoring to it. It's a teriyaki, but with like a more of a pineapple-y kind of taste.
I got you.
Really fantastic. And if you marinate it inside the bags, you can kind of smoosh it around and it soaks into the fat and tenderizes it. And then you pellet grill, slow smoke, baby.
Low and slow.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's been one of my biggest things about this whole quarantine is, like I said, because we don't normally eat at home too often. I'm here every night, so I'm trying to cook, but I'm just running out of things to cook. And especially the fact Chrissy doesn't eat any seafood.
Pinterest.
I've looked at Pinterest. I've done that, but the thing is like I don't want to go to the grocery store every day, and I don't have everything because we don't keep a lot of things here because we hardly ever cook here until now.
Grill, you could be grilling every night.
I do have a grill, just not a pellet grill.
If you had a pellet grill, you'd really enjoy it. I'm not a shill for the pellet grill company, but if they want to endorse me, I would be happy to endorse them.
Well, I stand behind the fact that I trust it. I mean, both you and Greg have cooked for me on both your grills, and it's amazing. I mean, it absolutely makes a difference. Now, the one thing that I have done for Christmas, Chrissy bought me one of those Instapots.
See, I got to get down with that.
And the one that I have is from Emerald Lagasse, but it has it's a slow cooker, it's a saute, it's an air fryer, and it also has a ability to sous vide, which is what I've been kind of doing with.
When your meal's done, does it have the signature BAM?
Yeah. Instead of it going ding, it says BAM.
What was that? Oh, my dinner's ready. Oh. Listen, I got some of his essence that in the little seasoning.
Yeah, the seasoning. Yeah.
That is the best stuff on burgers. Whenever you're grilling burgers, if you just sprinkle a little bit on top and then flip your meat over one time and then sprinkle a little bit again, leave it alone. That seasoning is perfect for burgers. Every time I cook burgers, no matter who's over here, they go on and on about, oh my God, what did you season this with? It's just that BAM stuff. I don't know what it is. It's just essence. It doesn't say BAM. It says essence on it. But
yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I've seen it. I haven't bought it, but I know what you're talking about.
It's just a mixture. I mean, I've read off the thing on it, and it's just like salt, pepper, garlic, some peppers,
onion powder, paprika,
a little bit of sugar. But it's just a mixture of different flavors that cooks just great on a burger.
Well, I have to look that up next time I'm around.
I know we've done more than 40 minutes because
I think we're close. Yeah, I think we're close to about 45.
Yeah. Let's wrap this up so I don't screw up. I kind of want to push it a little bit and just see when it stops. If it makes it stop or
well,
what.
I mean, I don't think it'll record anymore. I think probably it just stops the recording. I think we're probably fine. But the voice recording.
I'm looking at the button and my button is still blinking red, which tells me it's still recording. I mean, that should still work, right?
I mean, I get maybe it breaks it down into a different file. So you have your first 40 minutes, and then this will go into a different file.
Yeah, kind of like when you have a GoPro when you're recording, it goes like 12 minutes, and then it has like multiple 12-minute files. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
That's probably what this is going to do then, if it's still recording. Because I've got a little button in the corner saying still recording as well.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. Awesome.
So, but I know we've been more than 40, so you can go ahead and cut this off, check it, and see. And if it works that way, because I'm sure with your programs that you have, you can connect the two.
I don't know. I'm going to be learning as I do this. This is all a learning process. If this works, though, like I would like to do more of these. I think this would be a fun way to do it. And we just got to figure out the invite part. Like I said, I don't know why Gmail is holding yours up on your end. You could send me yours easily, but I couldn't send you mine for some reason.
It could be just fact. Well, it said that I actually had a couple breaks in our conversation here today because it said my internet connection was slow. I think we've got a lot of people using a lot of bandwidth right now. Did yours freeze up at any time while we were talking?
Minimally, not much.
Yeah, it only did it one time, but it froze, and I lost your volume, and your face was frozen.
On your end, but listening to you, my internet's really good here. I think I got like 200 megabytes download and like 26 up. So I mean, it hasn't staggered much here. If it has, it's been like you in the middle of saying something and your word goes, No,
that was just me.
It has that razor kind of recording sound. Sound like a electric razor. So then the other day, I was going to the store, and that's what it sounds like.
That was just my voice cracking up.
Oh, something you swallowed. It's the gout coming back up.
It's the gout coming back. Yeah, gout coming back up. You jackass.
Well, I was going to do more of this, but my gout's acting up.
But yeah, no. Hopefully this does work, and you can figure it out, and we can get the crew on.
Yeah, I'd enjoy that. Oh, if we did that, we could do like. Well, no, we couldn't. I gotta get Alex to show us how he did the Cards Against Humanity thing. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, we could. I mean, I've got the link on Messenger. I thought I sent you guys a link to it too as well on our Messenger.
I don't know.
But I know Alex took it up. I know they played like twice. So I know and they did. I don't know if they use Zoom or they use something else. They use some kind of program so everybody was like able to like talk and like work together. But you have to have one person basically run as the like room manager, and they run the cards and everything.
Yeah, that makes sense. An administrator.
So, but Alex seemed like he had a lot of fun with it. So if you want to talk to your brother and ask him, we can probably set that up. I'm sure he would get on in there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you said, with this whole thing where you can, flip the screen.
Does it count as drinking alone if you're drinking with your buddies on the screen?
What's that?
Does it count as drinking alone if you're drinking and your buddies are on the screen?
No, this is quarantine time. This is hanging out right here. It's like hanging out at a bar together. We're not drinking alone.
Okay. I'm just looking for a green light. That's all. I just want to be like, good.
I'm trying to help you find that green light.
Yeah. I went to Mickey Fens and I found the cans. I got the Leinenkugel Summer Shandy in the cans.
I was going to ask you, did you stock up on some Summer Shandy?
Well, here's the crazy thing is Giannis actually sells it in this area and they won't fill the shelves anywhere. But I went to Mickey Fens and I said, hey, listen, I want to buy cans. They take up less trash, less space in the fridge. They're cheaper. I mean, if you guys can get cans in, that would be great. You have more influence over them than I do. And they were like, okay, if you don't mind giving us your number, we'll call you when they come in. And I said, sweet. So I went up there and they had some. So I bought 2 12-packs right away. And I was like, all right, cool. I'll be back for more. And they were like, okay. And I was like, just keep ordering it. Keep having it in here. And so I think I've bought like 3 cases from them since. And I just keep stockpiling them in the fridge because I'm like, eventually I'm going to come here and you guys aren't going to have it. And it's going to piss me off. And I'm going to have to wait. But I don't want to not have it. You know what I mean?
You're going to contact Mr. Leinenkugel again?
I mean, if I have to, I'll get in touch with old Dick. Dick Leinenkugel likes me, man. He's like, I hear you, bud. I'm going to get down in touch with them guys and make sure they feel themselves. That was really cool last year where he like reached out and he's like, I got a special surprise for you at your local food line. And he marked it down like buy one get one free on 6-packs. I was like, holy crap! It's like $3 a 6-pack.
That's really awesome. Yeah, I remember you telling that story. Yep, Chrissy actually has a 6-pack in the refrigerator right now. That was her beer of choice for flavor.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely.
I stuck with Modelo though.
Greg's trying to get me to buy koozies to promote the podcast. He's like, listen, koozies are the way to go, man. He's trying to sell me on this real hard. And I'm like, okay. So I'm looking at different designs and whatnot and trying to figure out what would work as far as koozies. But I'm like, it's different being a podcaster versus you being in a band. At a band, you're
right.
A crowd of people, and you're like, here you go. But I'm a podcaster. I don't come into contact with people all the time like that. So it's not like I can just throw them into a crowd. And you know what I mean? It's a little different.
Yeah, but with this now with this Zoom thing, you can have them and they can sit there and have their drink in your koozie while they're on the podcast with you. And
yeah, maybe, or I'll just wait. Just keep
wait and see how the stickers go first, and if they like the stickers, then they'll come back for the koozies.
I hadn't bought the stickers yet, but yeah, that's an idea. I like the sticker idea, but the sticker thing, I really don't want to do the original design. I know you like the design a lot, but I really like the octopus. I don't know why.
Well, hey, it's your podcast. You do whatever you want with it, brother. I would
really like the octopus, but I could be wrong. I could be the only person that likes it. No one's.
But that's the only person that matters. It's your podcast. You do whatever you want with it. I like the original design. I think it was awesome. Because it just started. It was just you and a microphone and a headphone.
The hard part about the original design is they have to reverse the colors.
Oh, do they?
It looks better with a black background and white the writing, and the ones
like the t-shirts.
The ones that I have saved are the other way. They're white background with black writing, so I have to sort of redesign it in a way. I don't know. It's all learning.
All right. Well, sounds like the dog's about to get a little bit crazy, so we're probably going to go ahead and shut this one down for you, brother.
Alexa, tell me a joke.
Tell you a joke?
I said, Alexa, tell me a joke.
Oh. She didn't hear you this time.
I was going to get your Alexa to say, hey, two bums walk into a bar or something. I mean, she always has the weirdest joke whenever I tell her to do it. Anyway, I'm going to let you take the dogs out. Thank you for doing this with me.
Hey, thanks for letting me be on the podcast, man. I'm good talking to you, and we'll do it again soon. And like I said, if this works out, let me know, and then we'll try to get the crew on all together.
Sounds good.
I guarantee you the invite's probably in my email right now, since it's only been 40 minutes since you sent it.
Yeah, you never know. All right, bud. Thank you. Take care. Tell your beloved other I said hi.
You got it, brother. Take care. I'll talk to you soon. All right.
All right. For everybody else, thank you for watching, listening, being a part of the Stuff I Heard podcast. Please remember to rate, review, subscribe, and share with your friends. And as always, cue the cow.